Welcome back. You know that device in your hand, the one you're probably watching this on? Well, it turns out it's becoming one of the most powerful tools we have for figuring out what's on our plates.
Okay, let me ask you something. Have you ever had that moment? You know, the one where you say, right, that's it, I'm going to track what I eat. And you grab a notebook, a pen, you're all in. So, how'd that work out? Yeah, if you're like most of us, it was probably, let's just say, a bit of a struggle.
And here's exactly why it's so tough. The old school way of tracking your food, man, it's just so tedious, right? You're squinting at labels, trying to guess portion sizes, looking up every little thing online. It's so easy to forget that handful of nuts you had at 3 p.m. or to get a serving size wrong. And let's be honest, staying motivated when it feels like that much homework, it's almost impossible.
But what if your phone could just do all that heavy lifting for you? Well, that's exactly where technology is stepping in. We're seeing this huge boom in digital health apps, and they're all promising to make this whole process way easier and way more accurate than it's ever been.
All right, so let's pop the hood on this digital nutrition toolkit. And you'll see it's not just one kind of app. Oh no, it's a whole ecosystem of different tools, each built for a different person and a different goal. So when we talk about who uses these apps, they really fall into three main camps. You've got professionals, right? Nutritionists using software to build meal plans, even physicians and researchers using really advanced tools. But for what we're talking about today, we're going to focus on that biggest slice of the pie, regular people, citizens like you and me. Okay, take a look at the variety here. It's pretty wild. On one end, you've got the giant of the space, MyFitnessPal. Think of it as a huge digital food diary for tracking calories and macros, your proteins, fats, carbs. But then you have something totally different, like FoodSwitch. This one's more like a shopping buddy. You're in the grocery store, you scan a barcode, and boom, it gives you a simple traffic light score and even suggests healthier alternatives you can literally switch to. And then there's Yuka, which goes even deeper. It looks at nutrition, but also flags additives and tells you if a product is organic. See? 3 totally different apps, all aiming to help us eat better.
And believe me, it gets even more specific. There are hyper-specialized apps for pretty much anything you can think of, like take KidneyPal. This app is built from the ground up for people managing chronic kidney disease. It helps them track things that most of us don't think about: phosphorus, potassium, sodium, things that are absolutely critical for them. It just goes to show you how incredibly targeted these tools can get.
So you might be wondering, how does this all work? How are these apps so smart? Well, the secret sauce, the magic ingredient is AI, artificial intelligence. It's the engine humming away in the background. So let's pull back the curtain and see how it figures out what's on our plate.
Okay, one of the coolest things to come out of this is AI-powered food recognition. Seriously, it's like giving your phone nutrition superpowers. You literally just snap a picture of your meal, the AI looks at the photo, figures out, okay, that's chicken, that looks like rice, and those are green beans, and then it estimates all the nutritional info for you. Just like that. Gone are the days of painstakingly typing in every single ingredient. It's a game changer.
And all this amazing tech is leading us to what a lot of people call the holy grail of nutrition, precision nutrition. What's that? It's the exact opposite of a one-size-fits-all diet. The idea is to use your unique data, your lifestyle, your metabolism, maybe even your genetics one day, to build a diet plan that is tailor-made just for you. No more generic advice.
But it's not all perfect, right? With all this amazing promise, there are also some potential pitfalls. Like with any powerful new tool, we've got to look at both sides of the coin, the good and the bad.
Let's break it down. On the promise side, the upside is massive. Research shows these apps can really help with weight management, improving your diet, and even managing chronic diseases. You get these personalized insights that just weren't possible before. But on the peril side, well, the food databases can have errors, especially when other users add foods. A lot of the best features are hidden behind a paywall, a subscription. And of course, there are real questions about data privacy. But the biggest takeaway here, the most important one, is that these apps absolutely cannot replace a doctor or a dietitian.
Now, to really understand why these tools matter so much, even with their flaws, just look at this number: 1 in 5. Globally, 1 in 5 deaths is linked to a poor diet. Just let that sink in. That is a massive, staggering public health crisis, and this is where technology, by simply making us more aware of what we're eating, could have a huge impact.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. The app developers themselves are saying this loud and clear. This quote is straight from the KidneyPal disclaimer. It's that critical reminder we all need to hear. These are support tools. Awesome support tools for sure, but they are not a substitute for a real, live doctor.
Okay, so where is all this heading? The pace of change is just incredible, and the next wave of these nutrition tools is already starting to break.
The next big thing? It's large language models, or LLMs. You've heard of these. It's the same tech behind things like ChatGPT. Just imagine this. You could ask your app, hey, what's a quick, healthy lunch I can make with the chicken and broccoli I have in the fridge? And it just tells you. These LLMs will be able to answer your questions, create meal plans on the fly, and even act like a personal coach, giving you that little nudge of motivation when you need it.
And the end game here is all about connection. Picture a future where everything just works together seamlessly. Your food app talks to your smartwatch so it knows how active you've been. It talks to your glucose monitor so it sees in real time how that slice of pizza affects your blood sugar. All these different streams of data flowing together to create this living, breathing picture of your health. And all of this brings us to one last really big question. As our technology gets smarter, as our plates get more and more connected, and as these apps start giving us better and better advice, who's really making the final decision about what we eat? Is it us, or is it the algorithm? Something to chew on. Thanks for joining me.